Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of this NDAA conference report named after a true American patriot, our Armed Services Committee ranking member, Mac Thornberry, whom we will very much miss and who has dedicated his career to serving this nation. I also want to thank the chairman of our committee, Mr. Smith, for his work on this bipartisan product. Congress has no greater responsibility, Mr. Speaker, than providing for the defense of our nation. At a time when the United States faces the most complex array of threats in our history, it is incumbent upon us to ensure that our service members have the tools they need to deter and defeat our adversaries. The 2021 defense bill before us today makes critical progress towards modernizing our military, supporting our military families, protecting supply chains, and deterring Russia and China. At this crucial moment, when we have troops deployed overseas, including those from Wyoming's 153rd, 187th, and 243rd Air National Guard units, it is imperative that they have the full support of the United States Congress behind them as they execute their missions. Failure to pass this act would force hundreds of thousands of our men and women in uniform and their families to endure cuts to their pay right before the holidays. Over 250,000 military families would lose their hazardous duty pay. Given the sacrifices they make for all of us, our troops should never have their livelihoods threatened by political battles in Washington, D.C. In addition to all that this NDAA does to support our troops, it also builds on the Trump administration's successful efforts to counter the Chinese Communist Party, including through provisions I authored that require publication of the names of Chinese Communist military companies operating in the United States. It also includes my bipartisan provision seeking to reduce DoD's dependence on China for critical rare earth minerals. States like Wyoming are blessed with these resources, and we must rebuild our nation's capacity to mine and process rare earths here at home. This legislation funds the modernization of our nuclear triad and contains crucial provisions to strengthen our deterrence capability in the Indo-Pacific. American security requires that we maintain a military that is second to none, that we arm our troops with the world's best equipment, and that we provide for their families. Our men and women in uniform put their lives on the line to defend our freedom. We owe them the tools to do their job. I am proud to support this year's NDAA, and I urge all my colleagues to vote for it. Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Speaker.